It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. Today we've got a beer from the Ukraine and it's a bottle of, wait for it, Rebecco Bockové. Now I've got quite a few viewers in Poland which borders the Ukraine. Please tell me how terribly I just introduced the name of this beer. I do apologise. It's just an absolute foreign language to me. I just don't understand it. I cannot pronounce it. I've been practicing off camera for 5 minutes and it's just not happening. So I just thought, let's just get it out. Let's just speak to you guys. Let's talk about the beer in hand and let you good guys out there from around the world help me at least pronounce this beer in the comments box. There was a twist cap. Did not realise that. So it's going well so far then, eh? I'd like to thank our channel sponsors, beersofeurope.co.uk, the largest online beer store in the UK. Loads of fabulous beer to choose from around the world. America, Italy, the UK, of course, France, Belgium, some Australian beer, some Canadian beer. It really is the place in the UK to get online beer. You can get beer from almost anywhere, and I don't mean to be rude to the guys in Ukraine, but we've got Ukrainian beer. Seeing as there's all sorts of curfews and with whatever's going on with Russia, this miniature war that's going on, it's very unpleasant. It's probably difficult for the Ukraine now to export as much of their produce and products as they would like. So it just shows how well really Beers of Europe do to get these beers in. So it's beersofeurope.co.uk. Beer in the glass then is a golden coloured ale, nice carbonation rising up the side of the glass. I believe I just called it a golden coloured ale. This is not an ale at all. This is a lager. A clean, crisp looking lager. And the ABV on this, I've even struggled with the ABV. I just couldn't. 5%. 5% ABV. Let's get the aroma on this straw coloured clear beer. And what you know, it's one of those, what do they call them around the world? Premium lagers. It just, because there's next to no flavour and taste in these beers, all you get is the carbonation of the, it's kind of like a weird corny, lemony aroma, but it's so familiar. It's such a familiar aroma because people spend years, I spent my younger years drinking lagers like these. Whether you're in Turkey drinking Efes, whether you're in America drinking Budweiser, whether you're in Poland drinking Tyskie, whether you're in the UK, the Ukraine drinking this, they're kind of all the same. They smell the same, they taste the same. Let's dive in. And yes, there's nothing really to report on here. There's nothing really to write home about, other than in this beer's favour, it's very clean, it's very crisp, and it's very refreshing. And that's the only reason I think people like to drink beers like this. It's nice and cold. Small bit of lemon, but you get them kind of adjuncts, them corns, them rice flavours that are absolutely in this beer. I'm really not going to say this is a 100% malt beer. I probably would just say it's rice and corn. And because there's nothing really else I can talk about in this review, I want to talk to you guys and have a chat with you guys regarding these premium lagers. Now, where did it all begin? I'm asking you. Some of you people who follow me, you've been in the beer industry longer than I drank beer. You've been drinking beer for many moons. So, if you know, if you kind of understand how this phenomenon really took over the whole beer drinking world, then let me know in the comments. I imagine it's had something to do with the war. I imagine that there were probably recessions involved in that people couldn't really afford, and there was rationing with the war, so they decided to use cheap ingredients, corn, rice. Or I might be backing up the wrong tree completely. It might be just the fact that TV, it might be a lot to do with the television, that adverts in the 50s and 60s become very popular. So instead of putting all of their quality and time into the ingredients and into the beer itself, they were kind of taken away and miraging the whole thing with an advert on the telly. You must drink this beer because it's probably the best beer in the world, and blah de blah de blah de blah. It might be all of these things factoring in together. But I'd be interested to know, to read your comments on this world phenomenon that thankfully is back in decline. The genie is being put back in its bottle with craft beer, local beer, great beer coming back with a vengeance. This is like any other premium lager in the world. There's not a lot I can say. I'm just going to rate it, and I'm going to get on with the next beer. It's difficult because I can imagine if I was ever in the Ukraine and it was a boiling hot day and I was on the beach or visiting a castle or some theme park or something, and somebody offered me a cold lager on a hot, boiling hot day, I'd probably accept it, sit there and drink it and enjoy it. But when I'm kind of here, surrounded with great beer, and I can literally grab something out of the cupboard and enjoy something really tasty, then it makes me kind of almost angry that this style of beer ever got to where it did, and that was over 90% market share. This style of beer, I can't give it anything more than a 4 out of 10. It's a 4 out of 10. It's just plain bland and boring. But thanks to beersofeurope.co.uk for sending. Put your comments in the comments box. Please subscribe to our daily beer reviews, and cheers.